This is an executive presentation on foodborne outbreaks in the United States for the year 2022. Developed by Ricardo Islas for AFS International, always protecting public health. Information was sourced from the Food and Drug Administration's website for reporting outbreaks of foodborne illness. Thanks to improvements in food handling and safety measures implemented, today the United States consumers enjoy one of the safest food in the world. In 2022, the Food and Drug Administration reported 28 foodborne outbreaks. 25 have been closed, and as of January 2023, 3 cases were still open. As we move forward, we have to remind the industry that there is more work to do, and our goal should be to minimize the number of outbreaks in 2023 and beyond. We have to commit ourselves to a food safety culture, where upper management takes the lead, commitment and responsibility. According to the Food and Drug Administration, in 2022 there were 10 Salmonella foodborne outbreaks. First case was in March of 2022, a foodborne outbreak involving Salmonella St. Paul. Took place, the food vector was not identified. Second case was in May of 2022, a foodborne outbreak involving Salmonella Centrenberg took place. The food vector was found to be peanut butter. The third one was in June of 2022, Salmonella peritiffi foodborne outbreak. The food vector was not identified. The fourth was in June of 2022, Salmonella braindrop foodborne outbreak, food vector not identified. The fifth one took place in August of 2022, Salmonella typhimurium foodborne outbreak. Food vector was found to be cantaloupe melons. The sixth one took place in August of 2022, Salmonella typhimurium foodborne outbreak. Food vector was found to be cantaloupe melons. The seventh one took place in August of 2022, Salmonella Centrenberg foodborne outbreak. Food vector not identified. The eighth one took place in September of 2022, Salmonella Litchfield foodborne outbreak. Food vector was found to be seafood. The ninth one took place in November of 2022, Salmonella typhimurium foodborne outbreak. Food vector not yet identified. The 10th one took place on December of 2022, Salmonella typhimurium foodborne outbreak. Food vector was found to be alfalfa sprouts. According to the Food and Drug Administration, in 2022, the United States had 6 foodborne outbreaks related to Escherichia coli, abbreviated as E. coli, are bacteria found in the environment, foods, and intestines of people and animals. E. coli are a large and diverse group of bacteria. The first foodborne outbreak was in January of 2022, E. coli 0121:H19. Food vector was romaine lettuce. The second foodborne outbreak was in February of 2022, E. coli 0143:H26. The food vector was not identified. The third foodborne outbreak was in June of 2022, E. coli 0157:H7. Food vector was not identified. The fourth foodborne outbreak was in August of 2022, E. coli 0157:H7. Food vector was not identified. The fifth foodborne outbreak was in October of 2022, E. coli 0157:H19. Food vector was frozen falafel. The sixth foodborne outbreak was in October of 2022, E. coli 0157:H7. Food vector not identified. Although most strains of E. coli are harmless, others can make you sick. Some kinds of E. coli can cause diarrhea, while others cause urinary tract infections, respiratory illness and pneumonia, and other illnesses. According to the Food Drug Administration, in 2022 there were 5 Listeria foodborne outbreaks. First one was in February of 2022, foodborne outbreak Listeria monocytogenes. Food vector was not identified. Second one was in April of 2022, foodborne outbreak Listeria monocytogenes. Food vector was found to be ice cream. The third one was in June of 2022, foodborne outbreak Listeria monocytogenes. Food vector was not identified. The fourth one was in September of 2022, foodborne outbreak with Listeria monocytogenes. Food vector was found to be brie and camembert cheese. The fifth one was in November of 2022, Listeria monocytogenes foodborne outbreak. Food vector was found to be enoki mushrooms. In the United States in 2022, the Food and Drug Administration reported 2 Cyclosporiasis foodborne outbreaks. Cyclospora cayetanensis is a protozoan parasite which causes diarrheal illness in humans called cyclosporiasis. The first case was in July of 2022, Cyclospora foodborne outbreak. The food vector was not identified. The second one was in August of 2022, Cyclospora foodborne outbreak. The food vector not identified. according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. In previous years, the reported number of cases peaked between June and July, although the activity can last as late as September. Previous outbreaks of cyclosporiasis have been linked to various types of fresh, imported, and domestically grown produce, including basil, cilantro, mesclun lettuce, raspberries, and snow peas. According to the Food and Drug Administration in the United States, there was one hepatitis foodborne outbreak linked to foreign berries. Hepatitis means inflammation of the liver. The liver is a vital organ that processes nutrients, filters the blood, and fights infections. When the liver is inflamed or damaged, its function can be affected. It is important to keep a strong employees' health and hygiene program in place at food production and food handling sites. In February of 2022, the FDA reported a Cronobacter Sakazakii foodborne outbreak. The food vector was infant milk. According to the CDC, Cronobacter is a bacteria that has been found in a variety of dry foods, including powdered infant formula, powdered milk, herbal teas, and starches. Cronobacter multispecies complex, formerly Enterobacter sakazakii, is a group of gram-negative bacteria that exists in the environment and can survive in very dry conditions. According to the CDC, each year 31 major known pathogens acquired in the United States cause an estimated 9.4 million episodes of foodborne illness. Additional episodes of illness were caused by unspecified agents, including known agents with insufficient data to estimate agent-specific illness, known agents not yet recognized as causing foodborne illness, substances known to be in food but of unproven pathogenicity, and unknown agents. In 2022, the Food and Drug Administration reported 3 investigations where unknown agents were involved. According to the FDA, in 2022, 28 investigations were conducted. The total case count of illness from those foodborne outbreaks is as follows. Salmonella, 723 illnesses. E. coli, 174 illnesses. Listeria, 82 illnesses. Cyclospora, 137 illnesses. Hepatitis, 18 illnesses. Not identified, 956 illnesses. Total case count 2,091. Case counts are dynamic and the exact number of illnesses constantly changes during an investigation. As of January 3 of 2023, there are still 3 open investigations from 2022. Thus the total count case for 2022 might be higher. Also take into consideration that many illness might not get reported. The CDC estimates that 5.5 million foodborne illnesses were caused by viruses, 3.6 million by bacteria, and 0.2 million by parasites. As the food industry clears the way on moving through a puzzle of regulations, logistics, prices, and demand for more food, we always have to remember that food safety is first. Thanks for watching. If you need assistance with your food safety programs or foreign suppliers on-site verifications, contact our teams at the email on the screen.